So welcome to this video. My name is Alex, and in this video I'd like to talk to you about something which is so very simple yet so extremely profound at the same time. And the reason it's profound is because it's something which affects our entire perception of reality. And that's a big thing. For something to affect and influence our entire perception of reality, that's a very powerful and profound effect. But it's simple because we really only have two choices. But the consequences of those choices are profound, which is why it's so vital we make the right choice. And this is what I want. This is the idea I want to convey to you in this talk, is that you have an immensely important and vital and powerful decision to make in your mind, and that decision then affects your heart. And essentially, you will see reality either one way or the other. So please try and understand that either there is one motivating force in our life, which is that of fear, or there is another motivating force, which is the opposite of fear, which is faith. So when we're motivated by fear, we're motivated by our kind of doubt that things will be okay. We doubt that everything's going to work out okay. We doubt that there'll be a positive consequences. We doubt there'll be a positive storyline to our life unless we have a tight grip, unless we're in complete control of our life and we kind of orchestrate everything, control everything to make it just right. Unless we do that, then our life, bad things are going to happen to us, and we're going to experience suffering and loss, and we're going to be insecure and not have the things we need, basic things like accommodation, food. We're not going to be able to have a relationship. We think we have to be in complete control to experience that kind of safety and security and enjoyment. Or we doubt that if we're not in complete control, then we can't have that kind of life. We can only have that kind of life by making it so, by controlling everything. And even in difficult situations like we have now, where we feel like we're losing our freedom, or many people feel like they're losing their freedom because of the government restrictions, and many people are moving into a fear reality, of course, and that's the intention, that's the plan, that's the agenda behind all this information that's flooding through the media, and has been for a long time, is to make us doubt that we are secure, make us feel insecure and afraid. Now, that is a reality. And if you see things that way in your mind, if there's doubt that you're safe, if there's doubt that you're secure, if there's doubt that you are protected, if there's doubt that you will be guided, then you will experience a fear reality. Doubt leads us into a fear-based reality. But trust, which you could also call faith, is that even though we can't be sure that things are going to work out fine, we trust that they will. Even though we can't be sure that we're going to be protected and provided for, we trust that we will. And this is a faith-based reality. And even in the most extreme situations, you might say, well, goodness me, there's no way I can get myself out of this hole. This is a terrible situation. There's no way I can do it. And of course, again, we are in a doubt-based reality, which is a fear-based reality. If we engage with doubt, we engage with fear. And so, even in the most difficult situation, we make a choice. Do we have faith that something is possible, that it's possible, even though all the odds seem stacked against us, something is possible to get us out of the situation? And that's faith, and that's unshakable faith in the face of very testing and challenging situations. We need to have a very, very strong faith, because in our logical mind, things just look impossible, and we'll say, well, we can't escape from the situation. You know, how on earth is it possible to avoid this struggle, this suffering, this difficult situation? Because all the facts point to it being an unavoidable situation. But this is where faith changes our reality. This is why faith is absolutely vital. Because without faith, things will be exactly as we envisage them to be. as we envision them to be. We will create the reality of doubt, of insecurity and fear, because we have chosen that in our mind. But when we choose faith, when we choose to have faith that things will work out, that we will get what we need, that we'll be guided into safety, we'll find our path, that we'll find our way forward, when we have faith, even in the most challenging times, then that creates the reality that we want to live in. That creates the reality of peace. That creates a reality of providence and protection. It won't happen unless we have faith. And this is the big responsibility we have, to choose fear or faith. We can't choose fear and then see the reality of faith, because we'll be looking through the eyes of fear. But when we look through the eyes of faith, we will see no fear. We will see no reason to be afraid, because we have faith that we'll be provided for, protected, guided, that we can get out of the situation, that somehow, some way we can navigate this difficult time and get through it, that miracles are possible. Because we have to have faith that miracles are possible, because they are possible, and many people have experienced them in their life. And the only way you can experience a miracle is really by having faith. Then you invite the miracles into your life. And those are two realities we can inhabit. The reality of doubt and fear, which is, it's not a nice place to be. Or we can inhabit the reality of faith and peace. And our responsibility in each moment is to see where our mind is at. What's our mind telling us? Is our mind telling us that we're threatened? Is our mind telling us that we are insecure? Is our mind telling us that there's no way things can work out? And then notice what that does to your heart. Feel the disharmony and the unease that creates in your heart and your entire body. It creates this disharmony throughout. You might call it a fearful vibration in your body and in your heart. And that's the reality. That fearful vibration is the reality that you are inhabiting. That's the reality you're present to. It's not an ultimate reality, it's a subjective reality, and that is your reality when you engage with fearful, negative thoughts. You experience a reality of disharmony within you. So the reality is within you, and it's a reality of disharmony. And so we feel the disharmony. It's not pleasant. But if you would rather have a reality of harmony, that's where you feel everything feels aligned, everything feels good, everything feels peaceful, everything feels positive. If you want to experience that feeling in your body and that vibration in your heart, then you must turn away from all doubt, all fear, all insecurity, and have faith and trust. That is the key to experiencing the reality of peace, the reality of light, the reality of harmony, which is possible for all of us right now. You could call it the kingdom of heaven within, and it's an experience of complete, perfect harmony, of complete divine resonance. It's just like a beautiful chime vibrating through our body, a beautiful sound. It's a vibration that is a reality that we experience as reality. And it is heavenly when there is complete harmony within us, within our heart. It is heavenly. And now that sounds, of course, grand, and it sounds kind of like some kind of something we have to work hard for, or achieve something, or climb some kind of a mountain to get to. But we don't. We just have to have harmony. We just have to turn away from the disharmony of fear and negativity. And that occurs in your mind right now. So notice your mind right now, and notice your mind throughout the day, and notice when there is any negativity, fear. The best way you'll notice it is when you notice you're feeling ill at ease, when you notice you're feeling uneasy and kind of anxious, stressed, on edge, then that's a clear sign that your mind is giving you negative messages, giving you messages of fear, giving you messages of limitation, of stress. So you can feel it in your body first, and then you can trace that back to your mind and see, well, what's my mind telling me? And it'll be a message which has its roots in fear. And so, when we become aware of that in our body, when we become aware of this feeling of disharmony, of being ill at ease, feeling uneasy, on edge, then the first thing we do is we take a deep breath and we relax. Because relaxation brings harmony. It's the quickest way to bring harmony into the center of your being, is to relax your body. And at the same time, your heart relaxes. Because our heart contracts when we think fearful thoughts. Our heart actually tenses up. Just like any other muscle, it tenses up in fear and it stiffens. That's what happens to our body, to our muscles when we have a fearful thought. We tense up, we stiffen. You could call it the fight or flight response. Our body stiffens and we get strong chemicals flowing through our muscles, through our bloodstream. And our heart does that. It contracts and it tightens up. So the very first thing we have to do when we notice we're in a state of unease or disharmony or anxiety or negativity, when we feel there's not ease and harmony there, the first thing we do is we relax our body. We let go of the tension which we will be holding in some part of our body. It can be our hands. Often we hold tension in our hands without realizing it. Often we hold tension in our face, like our face is tight and tense, or we're frowning, or we hold tension very much in our face, in our hands, but also in our shoulders, also in our back. But if you just notice your body, if you just look at your body and see where there is tension, and just relax that part of your body, and then relax the other parts of your body. And make sure your face is relaxed, and your arms and your hands. And you see, there cannot be disharmony where there is relaxation. It's not possible. So if you consciously decide to relax your body, relax the parts of your body, the muscles of your body, your face and so on, then tension can't be there. It's impossible for tension, which is fear. It's impossible for it to be there where there is relaxation. This is the greatest power you have, is to not be in tension. You have the choice whether to be in a state of tension or not. If you choose to be in fear, you will be in tension. And if you're in tension, if you're feeling tension and tightness in your body, that means there is a fearful thought operating in your mind. Guaranteed, because fearful thoughts produce tension and contraction in all of our body, in all the muscles in our heart, including our heart. So the antidote to tension, the antidote to fear, is to relax the muscles of our body. And that makes it physically impossible for contraction, which is tension, which is fear, to be in our body. If contraction cannot be there, then fear cannot be there. So you could call this the secret, the big secret to avoiding fear, is to stay relaxed. Just don't listen to the thoughts, don't believe the thoughts, whatever they say, whatever negative, fearful story they want to rope you into. You just keep your attention on the nice feeling of having a relaxed body. It's such a good feeling just to be relaxed, in a state of relaxation rather than a state of tension, because we're so used to being in tension. So if we just keep our attention on our body and make sure that we're feeling at ease, allowing our body to be relaxed and staying out of the fearful thoughts, then we cannot go into fear. We cannot go into the whole world of fear, which is endless and goes round and round and round, spirals down into darkness. We do not need to go there. So it's very important that we understand how we can avoid going there. The reason we go into those spaces, those dark spaces, and spiral into fear is because we're listening to our thoughts, we're believing them, and we're just following them. We're chasing the tail of the thought, which goes round and round and round and round, down the rabbit hole, so to speak. So the important thing is we stop that thought straight away. We let go of that thought. We wake ourselves up and say, hang on a minute, that's a thought. I don't need to believe that thought. I'm going to bring my attention out of that thought, out of that belief, which I'm persuading myself is true, and I'm going to bring my attention to my actual reality. Not into my thoughts, but to my actual reality, how my body feels right here and right now. Is there tension or is there relaxation? And if there is tension, we just relax our body. Just breathe deeply and we let go of tension. It's the most basic and simple process that every human being should be using on a daily basis, to let go of tension. It's vital, because tension is created by fear. Tension is a manifestation of fear. Tension is fear in physical form. If there's no fear, if there's no tension, then there's no fear. If your body's relaxed, then there's no fear in your body. They cannot exist. They cannot coexist at the same time. Fear and tension. So fear and relaxation, or relaxation and tension. They cannot be in the same place at the same time. So really, if you've got a choice, you've got to choose between tension and fear, or you can choose between relaxation and peace. And you can decide right now which one you're going to be in, and nobody else can make that choice for you. You have to choose it. You have to choose to be out of tension and fear, and choose to be in relaxation. And the way you choose that is to let go of your thoughts. Stop listening to those negative thoughts. Stop believing those scenarios that the media has been filling your mind with for a very, very long time. Because those are lies, and they're lies to pull you into the reality of fear. The very intention, the very purpose of those lies isn't to kind of make this reality come true. Whatever they're saying on the news, the idea is not to make this reality come true. The idea is to make you believe that it's going to come true. Because when you believe that these dark scenarios are going to come true, then you enter the fear reality. You enter the reality that spirals down into greater and greater darkness. So you just do not believe what the media is telling you. Do not believe it. Do not spend your time thinking about it. Do not spend your time researching it. Or it's a waste of time, because the whole purpose of the media now is to take you into a fear reality. And you need to be in a faith reality. You need to be out of the tension, and you need to be in the relaxation, which is what faith brings. When you have faith that there is a way forward, when you have faith that there is a way out, when you have faith that you will be protected, provided for, guided, that you are safe, that you are secure, when you have faith that all those things are true, then all fear disappears, and you can relax your heart. Because faith enables you to relax your heart. It tells your heart there is no reason to be afraid. That's what faith does. It says to your heart, well, hang on a second. There is no reason to be afraid, because I am protected and guided and provided for by a divine force which loves me and is caring for me and protecting me. And I trust that will be shown if I have faith, because it will only be shown if you have faith. We have to activate the reality by choosing it, which means by having faith. If we have fear, we'll only see the reality of fear. If we have faith, then we will only experience a reality of peace, which is a reality free of tension, free of belief in negative, hopeless, pessimistic thoughts, free of tension in our body, free of disharmony in our heart. All of those things come from tension. So we don't have to choose that. We can choose to relax. We can choose to have faith. We can choose to trust that we are in the hands of God. And it's vital that we trust that, because then we stop controlling ourselves. We stop controlling our world, our reality, our environment. We let go of control. And then when we let go of control, then God takes the reins. God steps in, and that's where God leads our life and takes us in the direction we're supposed to be going in, and God takes control. When we let go of control, He can't be in control while we're still in control. It's not possible. Of course. It's like we have to let go of the strings, so God can take the strings. And this is the only way to find your way to what you might call the promised land of peace, light, the kingdom of heaven within. It's not out there. It's the harmony and peace and the unity, the communion with God in our heart, the communion with love. You can use the words God and love interchangeably. It's that communion with that force of love, or that force of God, that communion which is the reality that we are looking for. It's a reality of peace. It's a reality of divine harmony. It's a reality of protection. Because this is a battle of frequencies we're living in right now, a battle of frequencies. fear, which is the lowest frequency, which is very dark, very disharmonious, or faith, which is a reality of light and a reality of harmony and peace. And there's a battle going on between the frequencies to kind of dominate our heart and dominate our soul. The lower frequencies of fear want to dominate our heart, kind of claim our heart, claim the energy of our heart. So we have to put our heart in the hands of the frequency of love, because that's the only thing that will save us from the darkness. The frequency of love, which is totally harmonizing, totally healing, and totally protecting. Love will protect us. Love will guide us. Love will provide for us. Love is our spiritual parent. Some people call it God. Love is our spiritual parent, and we're looking for it, and we're looking for the security it brings. But we have to let go of being in control so that we can fall into the arms of love and surrender our control and let love carry us through, back to the ocean, back to peace, back to joy, back to harmony, deep, deep harmony in our heart, which you could call the kingdom of heaven within. So thank you for listening to this talk. I wish you well, and God bless you.